Hello everyone to the VGM Lounge. It's me, Derek.
And it's me, Matt. Yeah, here we are. We're back again. Holy crap! Like, we're getting right back on. We're getting back on track here, Derek.
Back on track. So, it felt obvious to me of what to start this episode with. Do you like my pick, Matt?
I do really enjoy this pick.
Yes.
The Lost painting from Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yes, indeed. This is the part 2 of our favorites from the favorites. Symphony of the Night is one of Matt's favorite Castlevanias, of a list of a few of them. And I was going through the soundtrack, and I really like the sound of Lost Painting. There was like 2 others on my list, but I ended up choosing this one because it's really tranquil and just... I really like those subtle little hints right there.
It's a very nice, tranquil song, and I want to say, this is the one that plays when you're in the underground waterway, isn't it?
I believe so. Yeah, I think this is in the Reverse Castle. It's one of the good parts of the Reverse Castle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just love that. This game is of course composed by the great Michiru Yamane, a composer we've heard from before. I just really like this one.
The little chimes.
Yeah. I like the little woodwind kind of sound. Really gives you that watery feel of the waterway.
Yes.
And I like how it's got like a hint of mystery to it. I like this part. I like the little mystery note there. I mean, and it felt so obvious to start this episode with Castlevania. If anyone knows your favorite games, then they know Castlevania and a few others, but yeah. Castlevania as a series as a whole have been some of your most played songs, so it felt like an obvious start for me.
They have been, so thank you for picking it.
Well, of course. I'm deciding what I wanna go from here. There's a few ones that are going to be pretty obvious, and then there's a few that I think are going to be a little surprising.
Nice.
I think I'm going to go through
Oh,
go ahead.
I would say, yeah, already you started with an obvious going with Castlevania. Why don't you start? Why don't your next song be the surprise, and you kind of alternate from there?
I could do that.
That's
yeah.
That's just my suggestion. You don't have to listen to me. This is your episode.
That is true. Well, how about I play you a song that surprises me every time, a game that surprises me every time you play it because it's just got such good jams.
Is it Spider?
It is not Spider. I specifically...
Oh, damn.
I'm going to do something that might be slightly upsetting to you, but I think my reasoning will make you happy. So Spider was obviously on your list. I chose to not listen to a single song from it.
Oh, okay.
I chose this because I have been enjoying every time you surprise me with a track, so I don't want to listen to it until you surprise me with one.
Oh, okay.
I figured if I don't listen to any of the songs on the track, then you can keep being like, here's this banging track from Spider, and I'll be like, oh yeah! So,
hey Derek, Spider? Is it Spider time?
Yeah, so I figured I'm not going to go ahead and spoil myself by listening to the whole soundtrack now. I'll just wait till you sprinkle on those delightful ones every once in a while. But no, the game that has the rockin' tracks that I constantly forget is the game that's all we talked about when we played it, Godzilla Domination.
Yeah!
Composed by our good old Jake Kaufman.
Yeah, Kaufman does good work.
Now, I will say we're running out of tracks from this game because there's only like 12.
Yeah.
And like 3 of them are like throwaway like 10-second little like trills, which gives us basically like 9 tracks.
Yeah, it's like, end of the level. Like,
I will.
Okay, cool.
I will say my favorite track has already been played, which is the Glacier A and B theme.
Oh, Glacier's good.
Yeah, I think that's my all-time favorite track from the game. So sadly, I can't play that one. The one I chose was Nova B.
Oh, yeah, I like Nova B.
So you guys know how good this game has been so far. Let's jump into it.
Oh man, the drum line for
That drum line's good.
for the song is so nice.
I love that drum line, and I really like just the general rhythm. The boom 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 no 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 no. Like I like how it's kind of got like that Eastern feel, but it's also like twangy.
Yeah, it definitely has that twang. Like for me, it definitely sounds like, you know, like the closest they could get to like the electric guitar.
Yeah, I mean, Tchaikovsky, that makes sense.
And then you get them drums just bassing in the background.
Oh, those drums go. They just go the whole song. That's my favorite part. I love that little trill. It's very adventurous. Like, if this was not a Godzilla game at all and just like some sort of like action RPG or something like that, I could see this being like the main adventurous theme, you know?
Right?
Like, this is like the hero's theme that like that's him like coming to save the day. Or you're riding a horse into battle.
Yeah. Right, it's like that, or like if any of the songs from this sound like a Mega Man level, this definitely a Mega Man level.
Oh yeah, this has very Mega Man feel. It's probably why I like it so much.
Has Mega Man X feel.
That's probably why I like it so much.
I need to definitely look and see if there's if anybody did any sort of remixes for this soundtrack, because I think it'd be awesome.
Those could be great, yeah. I like that little like triumph of that dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
It's just another good song.
It's a fun little pump, and again, you wouldn't expect it from little
No.
Game Boy Advance Godzilla fighting game.
As we've said before, Godzilla Domination has great music and not so great gameplay.
No. But I will say, I mean, hey, it's definitely good just to have some fun.
Yeah, it's one of those. So my next pick might actually be something that I think you've technically never heard, because I'm on that same boat. In a way, you'll see what I mean. Matt, you and me both love Metroid Fusion, right?
Well, yeah.
Of course. And what is Godzilla if not a giant, monster? You know what else is a giant monster / dragon?
Like Ridley is.
Yes. Also, I'm getting really weird feedback.
Static.
Yeah, it's static whenever you talk.
Static Shock should get a movie, by the way.
Yeah. But what I mean by you might not have heard this is the Neo Ridley fight for Metroid Fusion. I don't think I've ever actually heard the music, because Ridley is so damn loud in this game.
He's very screamy.
He screams the whole time. And when I was playing through the Metroid Fusion soundtrack, of course I've heard it many times. The one I was going to pick was the Facing a Huge Reaction song. That's the kind of like adventure song that plays whenever you get a new directive and you're going to do the dun 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 dun. You know that one? Because that's a really good song. But I heard the Neo Ridley theme, and I realized I think Metroid Fusion has my favorite Ridley theme, and I don't think I ever realized this because I've never heard it without the screams.
Yeah, it's because if you're playing the game, all you hear is your missiles
and
him screaming, and then the occasional wah.
Yeah, so I'm going to play the Neo Ridley theme, and I think this is technically both of our this might be your first time actually hearing it.
It very well could be, to be honest.
So
give the song its actual true hearing.
Yeah, because when I was listening through the soundtrack, I was like, wait, this Ridley theme's really good, and I've never realized that before. So I want to see what your reaction is to it, because I was genuinely surprised. I was like, I didn't realize Fusion had such a good Ridley theme.
I'm excited because it's like my mind is saying, like, Matt, you have heard this song.
Yeah, right.
But now I'm second guessing myself. Yeah.
Right. So let's hear this one. So yeah, imagine what were your thoughts?
I, I really like it because like for me, I could see this being played heavily, like especially like real heavy bass going
Yeah.
on at like some sort of weird like techno like grunge rave a little bit.
Right, and I like how because this isn't just Ridley, this is like Fusion corrupted or X Parasite corrupted Ridley. It's got like really discordant notes, and I like that. Wow, 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 wow. I like how it's like slowed down, and it like wobbles. Because the normal Ridley
Yeah,
theme, it's dun 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 dun. It's like a fast paced and energetic, and this is like slowed down, kind of creepy, kind of like woobly alieny, and I'm like, I actually really dig
yeah.
the instrumentation and how weird this sounds.
It's similar to like how I really enjoy Giratina's theme from Pokemon Platinum.
Oh yeah,
When they finally went into
that theme is awesome.
The distortion world.
Yeah, I like this opening too. And of course
I
there's
like
the
Winkles.
wall.
Yeah, because when you're in the fight, it's like you can hear like the rhythm of Ridley. You can hear that. Dun, 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 dun. You hear that, but like I never heard it this clear before.
Right?
Because again, all I hear is missile explosions, him
And
screaming,
screams.
and then the wah.
Yeah. I really like when it gets, because like mostly this sounds normal Ridley, but when it gets to this part, I really like it.
It's got some of those weird discordant slow notes like kind of blipping in between there.
Yeah, and it's like slowed down a lot from the normal theme, and it's like I don't know what to call the way the sound, like what the instrumentation is. It's like it's just a weird synthesizer that it's like wow wow.
God, I can't remember the name of that instrument, but it just turned 100 years old. It's the spooky instrument that you play like there's like no strings, but it's the eerie sound like wave thing that you do. Like you play it with your hands, but they're like in the air, like touching nothing. But there's like the two like wire things, and it's like the whoa.
Oh
kinda,
yeah.
I can't remember the name of that damn instrument.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to play this because I was like, obviously you and me have both heard every iteration of Ridley's theme, and they're all mostly the same. But then when I heard this, I was like, this is very different than every other Ridley theme.
It very much is, and I will say, like when you said when you started off your bit about leading into the song, I thought you were going to play like the secret hidden song that they secretly made, but they never used for the Krokmar infusion.
Right? Yeah. Sadly not.
Sadly, no Krokmar. Could you imagine if the X Parasite got to Kraid?
That would be cool too.
That'd be really
But I
cool.
feel like it would kind of be just the same fight, just a little funkier.
I think it would be way funkier.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you remember how annoying that stupid plant boss was to get the plasma beam?
Oh yeah, that thing sucks. Well, moving right along, because I actually do kind of have I've got a rhythm planned out here, Matt, because Giant Dragon, big end of a game. He's kind of like the strongest creature in this game.
Big Dwag!
I'm gonna play you another legendary monster theme, but this is from Pokemon.
Oh boy.
The question is which, Matt?
Let's see. You said it was a dragon?
No, kind of just a big monster. I mean, it's not really
Okay.
even a monster. He's just the legendary creature of this game.
Ah, damn. I don't know.
It's too many.
I'm going to say it's X and Y.
No, you told me your favorites were Heart Gold and Soul Silver, so I went with Ho-Oh's theme.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Which that being said, Ho-Oh's battle theme is substantially better than Lugia's theme. Fight me on that.
I mean, no, you're not wrong. I fully enjoy the cinematic for Lugia a little bit more, though.
Oh, the cinema's better, but the actual straight-up battle theme, Ho wins hands down.
Yeah, Ho definitely wins that.
I love the Asiatic feel in the song, and it just sounds so like mystical and magical.
Yeah, those were such good remakes.
They really were. But if you have not heard the Ho battle theme, let's play that for you because it's very cool.
I will say I have. It has just been a while since I played it.
But anyways, yeah, Heart Gold, composed by Junichi Masuda. Let's get into this Ho-Oh theme.
Let's go! Ho-Oh!
I really love just, as I mentioned, the Asiatic mystic magical feel to that song.
Which, I mean, one fits the theme of the games, and two fits Ho-Oh.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely,
Perfectly.
Absolutely. I like this opening too. This opening's really cool.
The opening is so nice. Like just those chimes with it, and then like
And these drums, by the way. The drums kick ass.
Yeah, the song definitely does give you like a mystic battle feel.
Mm-hmm. I feel bad for anyone who went to this fight, just threw a master ball and moved on because they missed out on the song.
They missed out on a really good song.
It's super good. Like, it's I don't know how to describe it other than like just the way I already have.
Yeah.
The instrumentation is really cool and just speaks of like Chinese and Japanese lore. The overall feel of it. It's because I mean it's based on the Ekritique city, like the kimono girls dancing, and it's like that.
Yeah. Which is like really cool because when you first played like the original Gold Silver, like there was a lot of really cool things about it. But like as soon as you got to like Ekritique City, like that's like when the game started to just be like, ooh.
You're like, oh, this
like
this hot lore.
Like oh, I'm down for this. This is really cool. And then yeah, just with the remakes, they like stepped it up even more, especially with like the kimono girls.
Yeah.
As just like showing up in different places rather than just being like, oh hey, welcome to the Kimono Hut, fight all of us in our evolutions.
Right. I loved how Gold and Silver introduced like the lore to the world. I was like, this is so
rather
good.
than just be like, here's your Pokedex and your starter Pokemon, go do your thing.
I like this part of the
only
song
bit of
right here.
lore, the only bit of lore that Red and Blue really had was the data on Mew and Mewtwo in the mansion on Cinnabar Island.
Yeah, there wasn't. I mean, but I can't fault the original Pokemon for not having lore. I
Yeah.
mean, that's to be
Yeah.
expected.
Yeah.
But even when it came to like other later generations, like a lot, I think Ruby and Sapphire had less lore than Gold and Silver did.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. Because, I mean, it was just like, the Pokemon of land and then the Pokemon of sea. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, cool. They do stuff.
It's like, oh, by the way, there's the Sky Dragon, too, and he hates aliens.
But as far as like world building, I really like Heart and Gold. How it's like, just like they're like, oh, there's these legendary birds, and this tower burned down, and now there's these 3 guardians. You're like, oh man, there's so much cool stuff going on.
Yeah, it's like there was these 3 Pokemon that one of the legendary birds was like all about, and then the tower burned down and they died inside. So it was like, all right, I'm gonna bring them back, and they look different now, but they're like his posse, so they're like really cool.
Yeah, it's very very cool lore and stuff that went into just everything going on in that.
And meanwhile, you got Lugia just being like, just screaming at Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres to stop their bickering because he doesn't want to be woken up.
He's like, leave me alone, I'm doing napping. Yeah, so the follow-up for Pokemon is, of course, Digimon, Matt.
Oh man.
Specifically, you gave me a few different Digimon games, and the one I listened to I listened to all of them. I ended up with Digimon World 3, and the song I picked is The Protocol Ruins.
I love the Protocol Ruins. It's like the very first dungeon you do in that game.
See, I didn't know where the song takes place, but I knew you'd be able to provide that for me.
Yeah, it takes place like really early on. But I love the concept of that game because it's like it's you are your like little person that you play as, and you and your friends are going to play the happening new Digimon video game, which is like it's like you get in like a pod and it's like virtual reality, so it's kind of like
Yeah, and you're like stuck in it, don't you?
yeah, you end up getting stuck in it, so it's like a dot hack scenario but with Digimon.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this song playing, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the song. This is, of course, composed by Satoshi Ishikawa. And yeah, I just really liked this. I listened to the whole soundtrack, and this is the one that really stood out to me. So we'll go ahead and get this playing.
Let's go get it playing Protocol Ruins.
first off, gonna re-say this. Sorry to everyone. It has been a long time, and me and Matt had to separate this recording into 2 separate sections. We had a long gap of time where me and Matt were going through a lot of things. He had some family issues with COVID, and I moved to a new house. So this episode is recorded basically in 2 separate occasions, almost a month and a half apart. So things are gonna sound a little weird. We apologize. Second off, Matt.
Yeah.
Talking about Protocol Ruins.
Protocol Ruins, pretty cool.
Yeah,
Derek.
Really good. My mic wasn't on during our whole discussion of Protocol Ruins, so you're only going to hear Matt for that section, but I really like Protocol Ruins. I like both halves. I think the first half sounds really Egyptian. Definitely not at all like a jungle, but then the second half where it goes really like intense, I'm all about that part.
I like the really intense part. The Egyptian sound really does keep you kind of grooving through it.
And thirdly, this is going to go to section 3. The song I picked, Matt, I'm sure you remember. Oh God, this has been a disaster. This whole recording has been a disaster. Throw away the whole thing.
It's all right in the trash, Derek.
Right in the trash. This episode has been a complete disaster. Mostly my fault. Partially my fault. But the song I picked to follow up your playing a song from Disgaea 2. I don't remember what song you played for Disgaea 2 on your favorites of mine episode.
It was Axel's theme, White Tiger.
Oh yeah, that's right. And we've also played a few songs from Disgaea 2, but the song I picked was for the theme for Item World, which it is. Item World is a complete ridiculous adventure where you dive into an item to level up its stats, and they go from basically rank 1 common sword, this has 10 strength, to legendary Excalibur that has 900 billion. So that game is ridiculous in all kinds of ways.
so much. Like once you start investing into the Item World crap, it's ridiculous.
It really is ridiculous. Me and Matt had a whole rant on it, but my mic was off during that whole time. So we're just gonna.
So you're gonna get the short version.
Yeah. But the song is Cyberdance, and the song is really grooving, and me and Matt both love this song. And I don't mind being in Item World for 2+ hours or longer because the song is awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, like of all of the 5 current Disgaea games, I think 2 probably has my favorite. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Item World theme. I know I think you can change it in like the later ones. Like I know 5, you can just change.
Yeah, you can set it
the
to
song,
whatever
which
song.
is cool.
You can set it to picking a random song every floor, which is kind of cool.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool. I haven't done too much with Item World in 5 yet, just because I'm just like
Item World is
I'll hold off for right now.
Item World is the thing that you do once you've already beaten the game. It's a completely optional dungeon, and generally it's not necessary for the whole game, except for one point where it usually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it kind of just like forces you to do it. That way you know how it works, and then you get to be like, okay, well I might do that later. You either do or you don't.
You do it later, and then you level up like a middle tier sword, but then you can buy better very quickly because this guy is a game of exponential growth. But
don't get me started on reincarnation.
Oh yeah, that's a whole thing. I know your character's already level 200, but how about you reset him to level 1? Why? Because their stats are better. And then you get him up to level 400, then you do it again. And then you get him to level 1000, then you do it again.
Which I will say is, for me, and this is probably going to sound ridiculous, but it is way better. Like that level of grinding to me is way better than the kind of grinding you have to do Digimon World 2.
Oh my god, we've gone off on that. But before we get too much into that, let's play Cyberdance, because if you have played Disgaea 2, then you probably really enjoy the song, or you hate it because you hate Item World. And if you haven't played Disgaea 2, this song is very techno and very groovin', and composed by Tenpei Sato.
I think that so far of all 5 games, I think that's like my favorite Item World.
Now
I'm so sorry,
we're
Derek.
back. My mic problem is fixed. This episode probably sounds really weird, and I apologize, everyone. But hey, that's all right. I hope you liked Cyberdance.
This episode brought to you by stress.
So much stress. Oh my god.
Stress brain. It ruins your day.
Really does. But Cyberdance, Matt, I love this song. That. I'm always excited when I hear that. I love it.
That build to the drop.
This song is on my my randomized playlist of music that I just listen to occasionally, and anytime this comes on, I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, here it comes.
When the drop happens.
Oh my god. I don't know what part of the song I like the most.
I know this whole song is good, but this part right here, that drop, that groove drop, the part where the song goes from techno to just like dirty.
Pretty much.
It's very. It's funny because like the song reminds me of like you're entering this cyber world, which obviously Cyberdance, there it is, but like. And then you just get to this part and you're like, oh, okay. Because the song has the cyber intro, and then like the dirty like underground bar club like just stanks part, and then it goes back to the techno.
The stank part.
And it goes back to this techno. This part is very like Mega Man Battle Network to me.
Yeah, I really like this part.
I love this part. This part's so good. And it goes up.
It has so many parts in it where it just does like this build and then it drops into like another thing.
Oh yeah. And then this part here. This part is like manic and crazy, but also very groove.
Right?
The song takes you through many steps, which is probably really good because, as we mentioned, you can be in Item World for like 2 hours, and it's good that the song isn't just like one note. It's like, it's got like, so many different forms that you kind of like forget where you are.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have like a clear like loop point. Like I know like that right there is the loop, resetting, but it's composed in a way where it doesn't like feel like the song is restarting. It kind of just sounds like the song just keeps changing.
Mm-hmm.
I like the weird like voices back there, like the
the cyber whales.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I get... This song reminds me of Mega Man Battle Network. That's what it makes me think of.
Battle Network's... That's a cool series.
Yeah, it is. Well...
Oh god, we get to hear it again.
We're gonna hear it again. No. We're gonna move on. Move on to the next one. Hopefully with no issues. Because I would be remiss if we had issues on this next one, Matt. But what is a...
But the next one?
So there's a few games that you and me had on our favorite lists, which isn't really surprising. You and me have a lot of very similar tastes.
It's true.
And I want to play one of those. It's my all-time favorite game, so it should be of no surprise that I'm going to play a song from it whenever I can. We're of course talking about Tactics. Yes.
Tactics.
Good old Final Fantasy Tactics. No, we've got...
You know, Derek, just in general, like, I just really enjoy tactical battle games.
Oh, same. Absolutely same.
Like, they're just... I don't know, there's just something so fun about it.
Yeah, no, I absolutely... Like, turn-based tactical games are probably some of my favorite. It might be why I like Final Fantasy X so much. Granted, I've played every Final Fantasy game, and I love all of them. 6 is still my all-time favorite of the main series, but 10 has a completely different battle theme or like system, and a lot of people were like on the fence about it, but I really like it because it feels more turn-based tactical, and it allows like you to stop and make decisions.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Because 10 also has the one where you can actively switch between party members.
There's another there's a spiritual successor kind of to Tactics called Fate Tactics that me and Dakota recently started playing. We've got a few episodes on the channel of our gameplay, and it's really interesting. I'm looking forward to playing more. But it is a grid-based, turn-based tactical game where you have a main character, then monsters you can control. You'd really like it. You'd like it a lot. Actually, you'd love it.
Actually, I mean, it sounds pretty tight. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check those out.
I don't know if it's out for anything other than PC though, but I know it's on Steam. I don't know if it came out for anything else, but I'll send you like a little trailer link to it later. But
all right.
That aside, let's get to the actual song I'm gonna play. So we've played a lot.
We've played a lot, and I have mistakenly played the same.
I think between the three separate occasions, we've tried playing songs from Tactics that we've already played.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we're gonna play this one. All right, what's that one? It's the one that sounds like this. Oh no, we've already done that.
Nope, we've done that one.
Whoop.
But the one I want to play that we have not played yet, Matt, is APOPLEXY.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Now it has been so long since it's been so long since I made this list that I can't remember which one that is.
Oh my god.
But
oh, cool! It's gonna be a surprise for both of us.
give me a second, because I think there's like something I want to say about the song. Yeah. No, I remember what I was gonna say. So Matt, there's something really interesting about the song that unless you've actually listened to it, the soundtrack version of it, you're not gonna know this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because the song plays in a few separate times, but it actually has two different versions of the same song.
Really?
Yeah, it has actually two separate versions which are never played together, but it is one singular part of the song. So it plays in I think it plays in Random Encounters. I think it also plays in Sweetie Woods. The first time you play Sweetie Woods, so you should recognize what song that is. The second part of it also plays in the first fight against Meliadul. And if you think about it, you might remember this. And when I play the song for you, you're gonna realize it. That those are two. The songs are different in game, but it is one song on the soundtrack, which is really interesting. And I never knew that until I actually listened to it on the soundtrack.
Oh, that's tight.
So you'll hear exactly what I mean, and I'm really interested to hear what your thoughts are. So this is APOPLEXY by Hitoshi Sakimoto. So, Matt, what are your thoughts on hearing the song like that as it appears on the CD?
Actually, I really like it
Right? Did you realize at
because
all that that
I mean,
song was split like that?
no, no.
Yeah, cuz like hearing it as one, it sounds like one complete like music idea, but when you're playing it in game, that second part where it gets like serious, you never hear in random
Hmm.
encounters, and the first part where it's like where it isn't serious, you never hear in the story version,
Yep.
which is really interesting.
Yeah,
It
and
never
that's
occurred to me that those were two separate songs. Like my brain always just recognized them as like the like as like the same thing kind of, I guess. And then when I heard it on the CD, I was like, I didn't realize that there's that distinction in there. But then now going back, I remember in the Meliaduel fight and the Worker 8 fight, that is what it sounds like.
yeah, yeah,
It's really
yeah.
interesting.
And I actually really like because the bass was just like it's like, okay, we really like this song a lot, and we'd love to use it for the
More.
battles.
Yeah.
So let's 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 do random encounter, and when it gets to the serious part, you know,
Story
we'll have it
fights.
be played for like, these moments.
Yeah, because like this part I've heard countless times grinding on Mandelia planes. As you do. The countless upon countless times you and me have played tactics, just grinding up Mandalia Plains or Linoleum Plateau or Sweetie Woods. Just you hear the song and you just bop each other in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. You know, trying to build up those job points.
Yeah, and it never occurred to me like this part because I'm so used to hearing this.
Hmm. And then just starting over.
Yeah, and then we'll let it play because like this is what I'm used to hearing, and I guess like now that I'm hearing it, when it gets to like a minute and 10 seconds, it restarts, but it's like this more heavy and intense and serious sound. Because this kind of sounds like kind of happy and adventurous. You're fighting some goblins and some chocobos,
Yep.
but here it
She did.
like it builds here because in those story fights, this is where the song starts.
Yeah. This is where the song starts for the
And
every story.
yeah, and the loop never goes back to the first part in those story segments. But you can hear it's the same song. It's just composed into two different halves, where one is like playful and this has like a more serious. And it's interesting because it's almost the exact same like song, but like I'm no music major, so I can't describe what the song is doing. But like these have like more like deeper swells, I guess you'd say,
Hmm.
where
Yeah.
it's almost the exact same instruments and almost the exact same rhythm, but it's like composed so it's heavier, which is really interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for this because I actually really enjoy knowing that that this is what that like this was the design choice that they thought of for this game is to basically take those two what we thought were two separate themes and actually just have it be the one continual
Yeah,
song just in different sections.
yeah. I just thought that was really interesting, which is why I picked it. I wouldn't necessarily say it's my favorite song, so it might be breaking the rule of this episode. But we've played a lot of my favorites from Tactics already, and when I was re-listening to the CD, I came across this thing this song does, and I was like, I really want to share this with Matt. All right, so moving on, Matt. We've had a lot of issues this episode, and I have a lot of songs that I still want to play. But I think I think to make things a little easier for us, we might just just play a closing episode, a closing song. But I want to tell you the songs I picked out, and I'm gonna let you pick since this is supposed to be your favorite episode.
Okay.
Cause we're just having a lot of technical difficulties and on both of our ends, and it has been a stressful little period. So we'll play the rest of these songs later. But from Final Fantasy VIII, I picked Force Your Way because it's a great boss theme, absolutely fantastic. From Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, I picked Mystic Marsh. From Magic Pendule, I picked Junk Market. And from Okami, I picked Shinshu Fields. So unfortunately, all I heard from you the whole time was static sounds, but which of those do you want me to close the episode on? Today's been a struggle.
Terrible. Today's been the struggle. Can you hear me okay enough right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so Derek, I really enjoyed Shinshu Fields.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, what track from Okami do I not enjoy?
Yeah, of course.
But I'm gonna go ahead and say, let's go into Magic Pendulum, just because that is a game that we have not done much of, other than like I think the one time that I played it.
I think the vocal episode. I think we played a song from it.
We did. So let's dive into that one. Just because that is definitely going to be one of my all-time favorite games.
Wonderful, yeah. And I know you love Force Your Way. It's a super good boss theme. I love Final Fantasy VIII's boss theme. We'll play it. Since I didn't get to play it here, we'll probably play it on the Final Fantasy VIII Focus episode if I haven't gotten to it then.
Sweet, yeah. Because 8's soundtrack is.
I really like the boss theme.
I love 8's soundtrack.
8 has a great soundtrack. So many of the songs are really good. And Force Your Way is honestly a really great boss theme that I want to play and talk about, but unfortunately we've just had too many difficulties to keep going on this episode. I hope you guys understand.
Yep. We're just keeping this one as simplistic as we possibly can.
And I know you like Ripto's Rage. Mystic Marsh is pretty great if you can remember how that one sounds.
Yes.
But, we want to thank you guys for putting up with our technical difficulties, static mic, me not having my mic turned on, and 2 months of separation between the two episodes. Or two halves of the episode, rather.
My constant struggle with the connection.
Yeah, I hope despite everything, you guys have enjoyed the music we've played at least. That's as clear as can be. Our discussion on it may have been broken and segmented and staticky, but we will see what we can do to make sure I have my mic turned on and Matt is audible for all of it next time. Thank you guys for listening to it. Next episode we're gonna really start our focusing on the series. Matt, what are the next 2 episodes gonna be?
The next 2 episodes are going to feature Mega Man and then Mega Man X.
Yes. So the next episode is going to be all songs from just Mega Man, straight up Mega Man, and a number. Me and Matt are both going to pick a few songs from each game, and we'll just go through the game. And then the follow-up episode will be all songs from Mega Man X. And we're really looking forward to doing this for a few different series so we can just focus in on what one game sounds like and just talk about that game or that series.
Yes.
So next episode will feature the Blue Bomber and all of his early NES and his early origin story. But we're gonna close out.
Thanks for putting up with us.
Yes, thank you guys. You are wonderful. Thank you so much for listening. If there is a song that you really liked, let us know because I think we had some good ones. We're gonna close this out with Junk Market from Magic Pendule. I think you'll like this one. It's gonna be nice to ease off on. And composed by Zuntata. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you in the next one, hopefully with less issues. Have a great night.